At Carlisle Video, we have been producing wedding videos since 2005. In that time, we have concentrated on perfecting the art of the wedding video. The first thing we needed to determine was what do the bride and groom want to see in their wedding video. And then we developed the techniques and tools to shoot and produce a wedding video that has everything needed and is entertaining for all audiences. Usually the bride wants to see it all. Everything that she was there to see and things that she didn't get to see. To do that, we shoot a lot of video. We keep the cameras rolling before the ceremony, during the ceremony, after the ceremony, before the reception, and for most of the reception. To get most of this video, we rely on our skilled and mobile videographer using his camcorder on a monopod. This setup gives him the ability to move quickly and quietly from place to place, shoot on the fly, and shoot from a standing position with complete image stability. In a complete wedding day video, there are several chapters: introduction, pre-ceremony, ceremony, reception, and recap. The introduction chapter is a music video that includes video snippets from throughout the wedding day, presented within a background of special effects. Another important part of the introduction chapter includes a slideshow of photos provided by the bride and groom of their childhood and courting years. Usually the day begins with the pre-ceremony at the bride's home or hotel room. A second videographer can be sent to cover the groom's activities. The videographer works around the photographer, catching snippets of all the preparation activities: hair, makeup, flowers, and gowns. Weather permitting, the bride and her court may go outside for some formal pictures. All of the pre-ceremony snippets are edited into a music video. Slow motion, music, and short edited cuts create a dreamlike fantasy view of events. The music video format is used throughout the wedding video whenever the situation calls for video snippets. It is a way to concentrate related events shot over a long period of time to make a more interesting presentation. We use the music video format to present entire chapters, like the pre-ceremony and the recap, or as introductions and transitions in the long chapters like the ceremony and the reception. The ceremony chapter begins with a music video. Before the bride gets to the ceremony, the videographer shoots the church or ceremony venue, its decorations, guests arriving and being seated. The videographer also shoots the groom, ushers, groomsmen, and celebrant getting ready for the big event. The music video continues as the bride arrives at the venue and prepares herself for her walk down the aisle. For traditional church weddings, 2 cameras are necessary. Ideally, there is a balcony at the back of the church to place a camera for a clear view of the bride and groom throughout the ceremony. With only one videographer available, this camera can be set and run unmanned with the same shot throughout the ceremony. When the second videographer is available, the balcony camera can be manned to get better shots. In either case, one videographer is free to move around the church to capture important events from different angles. For example, as the bridal party, and more important, the bride and her father, come down the aisle, the mobile videographer gets a head-on view. The key part of any wedding ceremony is the vows and the exchange of rings. It is very important to hear the vows clearly. Clear sound in a church requires a microphone close to the people making the commitment. The groom is always close to the action, so he's the one who wears the wireless microphone.
I, Gaetano, take you, Christine, to be my wife. I promise to be true to you in good times and in bad, in sickness and in health. I will love you and honor you all the days of my life.
The mobile videographer can get close enough to pick up sound from readers, singers, and musicians who perform at the ceremony.
The first reading today is taken from the book of Genesis, chapter 2, verses 18 to 24. The Lord God said, "It is not good for the man
One of the grandest parts of any wedding ceremony is when the bridal party makes its entrance. The air is full of anticipation, and the groom anxiously awaits his first glimpse of the bride in her wedding dress. The video returns to reality, and excitement builds as the bridal party moves down the aisle, culminating with the beaming bride and her proud father. And there's the exchange where the father of the bride presents his beloved daughter to the man who will make her happy for all the days of their lives. As the ceremony concludes, the bride and groom lead the recession, and the mobile videographer is right there to capture the enchantment of the moment. It's time to begin another music video to cover the various events that go on at the ceremony venue after the ceremony is over. If there's a receiving line, it becomes a great opportunity to see the cheerful faces of all the invited guests as they meet and greet the bride and groom. Often the bride and groom take advantage of the ceremony grounds to pose for some formal pictures. Sometimes the bride and groom do a toast before entering their limousine. It always makes a fitting end to the ceremony chapter to see them riding away in their shiny limo. Outdoor weddings have the advantage of bright daylight to make the video images sharper. 2 cameras are necessary to make a good video, but 1 videographer can do the job in an outdoor environment. A fixed camera serves as a backup, and when the terrain permits, it can be placed on high ground to get a clear shot at the bride and groom as the mobile camera moves around to get the best shot. Sound can be difficult outdoors because of wind and airplanes, but the groom is there with a wireless microphone so the camcorder records clear sound no matter how far away it is. Another common wedding venue is the hotel ballroom. These weddings are similar to outdoor weddings, with the unfortunate limitation that there is no high ground. It may be necessary to have 2 videographers to make sure that all the necessary shots can be taken. The reception chapter begins with another music video. These are video snippets taken of the bride and groom's arrival, formal picture taking, guests enjoying cocktails and hors d'oeuvres, the cake, the place settings, the hall decorations, and the bridal party lining up to enter the reception hall. Reception coverage requires one skilled and very mobile videographer. The videographer can walk around and capture everything that can be seen or heard. And the first thing to see and hear is the bridal party being introduced and entering the ballroom. Excitement builds until the bride and groom are introduced, and stride into the room surrounded by a receptive audience. Then comes the first dance, the blessings, and the toasts. The first dance is where the skill of the videographer can really show. It's important for the videographer to get every second of the first dance with close-ups and every word of the toasts. At this point, the bride and groom settle down for dinner, but often they're up again to visit the tables, and this starts another music video. There's a lot of love and excitement as they meet and greet each guest with a hug and a kiss. When the bride and groom choose not to visit tables, the videographer can go around the room and catch friendly waves from each table. Also, at the bride and groom's request, the videographer can go to the tables and ask the guests to make video messages. It's always nice to hear the loving thoughts of loved ones in their actual voices. Then comes the father-daughter dance, the mother-son dance, and the cake-cutting ceremony. All of these events are captured in full, in real time, and with actual sound. Many traditionalists still love the idea of the bouquet toss, and it certainly adds some extra entertainment to the reception after the cutting of the cake. With all the important events of the day behind us, all that's left to do is have fun on the dance floor. Our videographer moves around the dance floor looking for particularly expressive dancers, but the bride is the main interest. When the bride is on the dance floor, she often creates excitement and the guests join in. The night often ends with the last dance for the bride and groom. The master of ceremonies sometimes has the guests form a circle around the dancing bride and groom. This can give the videographer a chance to capture the happiness the guests share with the new couple. The last chapter on the DVD is the recap. This is a long music video displaying snippets in chronological order from every scene of the wedding day. During the vows and ring exchange segments, the video goes back to real time so that these activities can be seen, heard, and emphasized. The recap chapter is ideal to play by itself for future dinner guests who might not have the time to watch a long wedding video. But every one of these memories will be there for you and your spouse to keep